The cold night air bit against James's skin as he hurried down the dimly lit street. His jacket was old, patched at the elbows, and his shoes had long since lost their shine. He was exhausted from working double shifts at the diner, but thoughts of his little daughter, Lily, waiting at home with a bowl of instant noodles, pushed him forward. Every dollar mattered. Up ahead, a sleek black car pulled into the parking lot of a late-night convenience store. The kind of car James only ever saw in magazines. From it stepped a woman in a tailored coat and heels, clearly out of place in this rough part of town. She looked confident, yet unaware of the danger lurking nearby. James noticed before she did. A man, face half hidden under a hood, creeping toward her as she entered the store. James's heart raced. He had seen enough trouble around here to know exactly what was about to happen. Inside, the store's bell jingled as she walked in, her heels clicking softly against the tile. The hooded man followed. James hesitated at the door, his mind battling. Walk away or step in. He had Lily at home. She depended on him. Getting involved could ruin everything. But when he heard the sharp command, "Give me the money now," his instincts took over. The robber shoved a gun at the cashier, shouting, while the woman froze, clutching her purse. Without thinking, James lunged forward, grabbing a metal basket from a display. He swung it hard, knocking the gun from the robber's hand. A struggle broke out. Grunts, shouts, the clatter of cans falling to the floor. James fought with the strength of a man who had nothing left to lose, pinning the attacker until the cashier dialed 911. By the time police arrived, James's lip was bleeding, his jacket torn, but the danger was over. The woman, pale and shaken, stared at him in disbelief. You saved my life," she whispered, her voice trembling. James shrugged, wiping blood from his mouth. Just did what anyone would have done. But not everyone would have. She knew that. As the robber was taken away, the woman stepped closer, her eyes searching his face. Something about him tugged at her memory. She was the CEO of Harrington Enterprises, one of the largest firms in the city. She had met countless people, but this man, there was something familiar. "Have we met before?" she asked softly. James hesitated, then shook his head. "I don't think so." But she wasn't convinced. His eyes, the quiet strength in his voice, it reminded her of someone she once knew, long ago, before boardrooms and billion-dollar deals. The police finished their statements, and the woman insisted on driving James home. At first, he resisted, embarrassed by where he lived. But she was persistent. Finally, he relented. Her luxury car pulled up to a crumbling apartment building. Paint peeled from the walls, the windows cracked. James shifted uncomfortably as she glanced around, her heart sinking. When they reached his door, a little girl ran out, her hair messy but her smile radiant. "Daddy," she cried, leaping into his arms. The woman froze. That name, that voice. And then it hit her. Years ago, she had worked in a small diner during college, struggling to pay her tuition. There had been a young man there too, James, who had been kind to her when she had nothing, slipping her meals when she couldn't afford them. Tears welled in her eyes as she whispered, "It's you." "I remember now." James blinked, startled. He hadn't thought she would recall a broke waitress from years past, let alone him. But she did. And in that moment, the powerful CEO and the poor single dad stood face to face, connected not by money or status, but by humanity and the kindness they had once shared.